things move at a slightly glacial pace here because of the electoral system they use in Northern Ireland, but most actually of the MLAs here in this Belfast Council Centre have been elected. They're kind of sweeping in the remaining ones. But you're right in saying this is a pretty momentous, historic day in many ways for Northern Ireland. Never in its past has a nationalist party, a Republican party, a party that wants to see a united Ireland, never have they topped the poll before. But that is exactly what Sinn Féin have done. They were well out in the lead when it comes to first preferences. The DUP, the main unionist party, saw its votes somewhat collapse to a large degree. Just to give you a sense that when the last Assembly elections were held, the DUP were just ahead of Sinn Féin by 1,500 votes. Now, today, Sinn Féin on first preferences ahead by 66,000 votes. Almost certainly they're going to be the largest party in the Assembly when it comes to MLAs. Also, the really notable story here as well, Alistair, is how well the Alliance Party, that cross-community middle ground party, if you like, a party that says that it's neither nationalists or unionists, it has attracted a really sizable percentage of the vote. It looks like it's going to do very well. It's already picked up a net gain of several MLAs. And it is a reminder that not for everyone in politics here in Northern Ireland, it's whether you're green or orange, and a sign that people are drifting away from that kind of tribal sense of politics. I think, though, ultimately, in the end, when you look at kind of the bigger, wider narrative, what's at play here? First of all, the Assembly is going to get back up and running. The question is, will the Executive get back up and running? It was suspended before these elections, and almost certainly it's not going to be up and running in the next couple of weeks. And why is that? It's because of the Northern Ireland Protocol. Unionists campaigned strongly on the Northern Ireland Protocol. The TV, the traditional unionist voice, did very well taking a hardline position on this. Unionists essentially refusing to go back into government until the British government try and renegotiate that deal, that Brexit deal with the European Union. It's going to prove pretty tricky, but this is the heart of politics here. And one other thing, Alistair, as well, is where does this leave us with a big national question? Because ultimately, in Northern Irish politics, even though what I said about people drifting away to the centre, the national question, the constitutional question is still the big one. Does Sinn Féin's win make a united Ireland more likely? You could say it does, but in the whole, it probably doesn't. Support for the union is still quite strong in Northern Ireland. Actually, opinion polls show it hasn't really moved much over the last couple of decades. Ultimately, if there was to be a referendum, it's up to the Secretary of State for Northern Ireland, not whoever is First or Deputy First Minister. But clearly, this is a turning point and a sign, I think, of the direction, the demographic direction of Northern Ireland, which is effectively that the nationalist community is becoming stronger.
And I assume that that was a result, perhaps just confirming that direction of travel. It would have been rude of either of us to talk over the will of the people.
Indeed. But yeah, as I say, they are still electing it. I can't see quite from here who it is, but yeah, the results are still coming in. It may well be later on tonight. Yeah. Before we get a proper firm picture of the makeup of the Assembly. And then, as I say, the really tough stuff begins, Alistair, about how do they get Stormont up and running again with a proper executive while having to try and deal with that Northern Ireland Protocol, because at the moment I'm not entirely sure that's going to work, as I say, without that change to the protocol.